Living in Bend, Oregon is amazing. More and more people are coming here every year. Last year alone was insane due to all the people looking to flock to big cities and move into the amazing, natural, and beautiful Bend, Oregon area. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking all about 7 things I wish I knew before living in Bend. In my opinion, these are all things that I either had my mind changed on or it's just stuff that I didn't realize before I moved here. So if you are thinking about making the move or relocating, this video should provide a lot of value for you. So stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss this video. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, my name is Brett Williams. I make videos just like these, all about living, eating, sleeping, playing in Central Oregon. So if you're thinking about making the move or relocating, or even have any questions, feel free to hit me up. This is all my contact info right here. I make videos like this weekly, and it should provide a lot of different value and insight if you are thinking about making the move. So in today's video, like I was saying, we're talking about 7 things I wish I knew before living in Bend, Oregon. So let's jump right into number 1. The first thing I want to talk about are the seasons. Before I moved here, I always read that Bend traditionally had 4 seasons, but as I'm someone that is from Portland, I really only knew 2 things. I knew summer, and then I knew one big large cloud called winter. There's really no sun in the fall or the winter in Portland. If you're moving from somewhere like that, maybe Seattle, or if you're in San Francisco, which is a little bit different, you kind of know what I'm talking about. When I moved to Bend, I always thought, okay, it's gonna be awesome to have 4 seasons, but it's not really gonna be that big of a deal. After living here for a while now, having 4 seasons is amazing because probably like you, I love doing outdoor things. I love skiing, I love going out on the mountain biking, I love fly fishing. So having those 4 seasons is super refreshing, not only from a recreational standpoint, but you just get a mix-up of things. You're not in one temperate climate the whole time. It's not like Arizona where it's pretty deserty for majority of the year, and it's not really like Michigan where you have very distinct Midwestern weather patterns. The Pacific Northwest is definitely a more gloomy area, but Bend offers a super nice break, and you get all 4 seasons, which is really cool. So number 1 was something that you probably already knew, but truly I didn't expect to love having 4 seasons as much as I had. And before moving here, I thought, okay, it has 4 seasons, but it's not a big of a deal. But after living here for 3 years, it's definitely something that I can tell you I've loved to learn, and it gives a super refreshing break, not only in weather patterns, but having the opportunity to go and recreate in different environments. And just for those of you that are asking, by the way, I am at Miller's Landings Park for today. For today's video, I want to get outside and kind of enjoy some fresh air. So I am just below Miller's Landing. The grass is back there, and the old Mill District is right behind me over here with the Bend Whitewater Park. So for those of you, that's a pro tip. Bend Whitewater Park and Miller's Landing, both great parks. Number 2 on the list is a question I've heard a lot, and that is, okay, is Bend just one big tourist clump all year long? And being a fellow tourist before moving here, that's something that I really wondered about as well. And obviously there are going to be days where the holidays and different events where there's going to be a lot of tourists. But I can tell you, after living here for a while, almost every day or majority of the year, honestly, it just feels like you're in a really cool place to live. And it doesn't feel like you're in a place where there's just tourists running around and there's just vacation rentals the whole time. This is something I really, really love about being in Bend is you're in this place that is just amazing, and I'm right below the old Mill District and amazing Whitewater Park where you can literally surf the Deschutes River. You can't find that in very many places. So having the opportunity, and it doesn't feel like you're in a tourist trap all the time, is really cool. So for the people that have asked me that, it really doesn't feel like you're in a tourist city all the time. It just feels like you're in a normal town that just happens to be a little bit cooler than some of the other towns you may have lived in. All right, so moving down the list, we are at number 3. And this is another one of those questions that I get hit with a lot from people that have hit me up to move to Bend or thinking about moving to Bend, and that is the people and what are they like. There's a lot of different information online that just kind of hints towards Bendites being super mean towards Californians or different people looking to move here. and escape. But in reality, there always are going to be a few people that are like that and are just kind of stubborn, and they don't like people moving into their city. But in reality, it's really not like that. Almost everyone I talk to has moved here from a different place. In reality, it's kind of a melting pot of a bunch of different industries, people, and all these different things that a bigger city would have. People do get protective here sometimes, but I think that's only out of the best interest. But don't be worried about moving here from a different place and not being able to find friends. That's really not true. Honestly though, I really might make a whole separate video about this, because that's something that I think a lot of people are really worried about, is they can't find friends or they can't get into the community, especially if you have a family or if you have kids. You don't want to necessarily be somewhere where you can't fit in. So I may make a whole separate video for that, but really the people here are really friendly and accepting, and everyone I know has moved here from somewhere else. So number 4 is something that I really wish I knew before moving to Bend, and that's all about Bend being too small or having a small population. It's not viable long term because it doesn't have all the different resources of a bigger city. This is stuff I've heard from all these different people, and it's something that I thought of, and it's something that really scared me before moving here, but really that isn't true at all. Bend has a really good set infrastructure that is continuing to grow. We've got St. Charles for medical and hospital needs. We've got big chain grocery stores, small chain grocery stores. We've got all of these different services and different amenities that a lot of larger cities have. So it doesn't feel like you're in this tiny town where no one lives. So if you're moving from somewhere in California or a bigger city, Phoenix, who knows where you're moving from, don't be scared by the thought of going to somewhere this small. In reality, a lot of people have the same resources as they would anywhere else. It doesn't lack anywhere, in my opinion. We don't have as many restaurants and maybe not as many store options overall. We have plenty in every price range, so you have a lot of options there. All right, number 6, is Bend safe? This is another one of those questions and things I wish I knew before moving here, but after living on the east side of town, the southeast side of town, the west side of town, pretty much the entire 4 sections of Bend, I can pretty confidently say that Bend is a safe city. Comparatively speaking to other places I've lived, really I've had no issues myself. None of my peers, friends, colleagues, whatever you want to call it, they haven't had many issues. There's been small stuff that I've encountered while being here, but nothing worth really mentioning or things that would steer you away. One thing to note is there definitely are neighborhoods that are better than others, and that's how it's going to be anywhere, but there are sections that I tend to stay away from, or if you're thinking about moving or buying or renting even, don't worry about it being somewhere that's not safe. So for number 7, this is the thing I wanted to know the most before I came here. I did a lot of research on this. I compared a lot of different really old articles, but it's really hard to find good information on this, and that is the cost of living. So for me, I wanted to know what were the cost of living trends over the last 5 years, how did they compare from where I'm moving from, and all of that different stuff. But the easiest way to simplify it for this, and I'm actually going to make a full 2021 video on this here in the next week, so stay tuned for that. But really, the easiest way to break it down is, if you're moving from somewhere on the West Coast, for example, that is a bigger city, let's say Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, LA, San Diego, we'll do the whole loop there. It's probably going to be cheaper for you to live in Bend. And that goes the whole range of cost of living, whether that's housing, whether that's groceries, healthcare, cars. There's no sales tax, so all of that stuff you don't have to get taxed for. And on top of that, utilities and other just miscellaneous bills. It's definitely not the most affordable city in the world, that's for sure. Housing pricing is getting more expensive. Utilities are staying pretty steady. But like I was saying, I'm making a full video on that, so stay tuned for that. So that kind of concludes my 7 things I wish I would have known before I moved here. I really hope that kind of helps clarify some things. If you have any more specific questions I didn't answer, either comment them down below or feel free to hit me up. All my contact here, like I said. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to subscribe if you are thinking about moving or relocating. I literally make videos like this all the time. So subscribe and just make sure you are notified when I post a new video. And on top of that, if you are thinking about moving or relocating soon, please hit me up. I help people all the time, moving from all over the country. Call, text, email. That's what they do. That's what you can do. And I'll get right back to you. But that's concluded for today's video. I'm going to be posting more regularly bunch of different stuff, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.